Hello, welcome to the Redwire 6 Lowpan starter kit quick start video. You should have something similar to this, a border router and some TH12s. Start with the border router. It on the back has power and Ethernet, so go ahead and plug those in first. On the front there's 3 LEDs. The power LED will turn on right away. Then the WAN LED will blink slowly while it's trying to acquire an IPv4 address via DHCP, and then will go solid once that happens. And then the PAN LED will turn on when the low power network is up and running. It takes a few minutes for this to happen, so now we can see that the WAN is trying to do its thing. So we're going to let this sit, and while this is booting, it's a good time to associate your devices with your lowpan.com account. You should have received an invitation to Lowpan or have otherwise created an account. On each of the devices there's a QR code that you can use to scan and associate the device with your account. So I'm going to do that now. So for each device you just go ahead and give it a quick scan. And if you're logged in, you'll see a screen like this, and can just add it, and otherwise you'll get the login screen, then you have to log in. You just press this button here to add it to the account. Okay? And this button would let you remove it from the account, but we'll do that later. So we'll go ahead and keep scanning these. If you don't have a way to scan QR codes, you can go to Lowpan and manually enter in the ID number and PIN number. Alright, so that's the second one. Okay. Alright. Okay, all 3 added. So I've already logged in, and when you log in now, you should get the 3 devices listed in the display here, and here they are, all 3 of them. And on the right side you can make dashboards. So I'm going to make a dashboard, and we're going to enter in the 3 devices so we can display the parameters on the screen. So you just click the plus button to make a dashboard. Okay, and then over here there's an edit button, and now we have tiles that we can add. So I'm just going to add a row for each device and display temperature, humidity, and the battery. So here's the temperature for one of them, and the humidity for the same one. Now I will add the battery for that one, and I'll just do the same for the other two. There's that. Okay, and one more. Okay, and these values here, they're displaying the old values from about 14 minutes ago. When we turn on the TH12s, we will see these update. By the time you've done this, the border router should have done its thing, so let's go check on that. It looks like both LEDs are solid, and they blink occasionally, and that indicates activity on the network. So now what we'll do is power up the TH12s. Each TH12 has a red and green LED, which you should be able to see through the holes in here. I've opened up these for the video so that we can see them a little better, but they're just right in here. When we first power it on, the red LED will turn on, and then once it successfully posts, the green LED will turn on. I actually skipped a step, so we're going to go back 1 second and log into the web page of the BR12 so that we can actually see what's going on the network as we turn these on. So to do that, on the underside there is a ID number and a PIN number. The host name that the BR12 advertises is BR12- then the ID number, and then you can log in using the PIN. So I'm going to do that over here on the computer and show you what we got. So I actually have the login already pulled up. I'm just going to refresh the page to make sure that we are talking to the BR12 successfully. Okay, the page just loaded, so now I'm going to type in the PIN, and that'll log me in. You can change the password once you log in. That's no problem, but the PIN will be the initial password. Okay, so now we're logged in. We have some settings, radio settings, a logout button, and we get this initial mesh graph. The dot here in the middle is the border router, and then on the right we'll have a list of all of the devices on our network, and then this is sort of a details display of the currently selected node. So as we power up the TH12s, these little bubbles will show up in here, and then we should get some routing arrows that illustrate the ripple graph. So we'll go ahead and turn on one of these, actually all of the TH12s, and we'll get green LEDs and graphs on the thing. So can you get sort of like both of them maybe? Yeah. Here we go. So I'll take these covers off, make it a little easier. So there you go, red LED when it powers up. So we got one green LED. That means that it successfully posted its data to Lowpan. It also showed up on the Bramble graph with its little connection, and now the other one has just showed up, and its connection has just formed, and it should post soon as well. So I'm going to turn on the third. The green LED on the second one just turned on, so here's the last TH12. Okay, and just popped on the network and ripple routed, green LEDs on. And what these green LEDs mean is that it has successfully received a response from the server that it was posting to, and that server is currently configured to be lowpan.com. So that means that on our dashboard, all of these values should now be fresh. If my dashboard's not broken, which looks like I broke the dashboard somehow. I probably didn't save the dashboard. So you need to save your dashboard after you make it. So here, we'll just go ahead and put in one of these guys, temperature and humidity. You can see it, it's about a minute ago, so that's the most recent posting. They come pre-configured to post every 5 minutes. The battery value is delayed, so you'll only start to get battery voltage after several postings. Now if we go back to the TH12s, we'll see that one of them, the green LED, is turned off, and that indicates that the TH12 is now asleep. So it's in its sleep cycle where now they're all kind of going to sleep. So they'll sit here and post their data every 5 minutes until they run out of battery, which should be in a few years. At least that's the hope. Okay, thanks for watching, and have fun with the kit.